Hey guys, it's Tyler from CG Mag.
And it's Wayne, one of the editors over at CGM.
And right now we're going to be doing a little bit of Yakuza 3.
It's Yakuza 3! Oh, have you finished this game?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I seriously picked this up this weekend, but I've been logged over 10 hours into it.
Okay, because I have finished this game. I love this game. This is the Yakuza series is like one of my favorite Sega franchises. I'm just all over
I
this
actually found this under $10, and I was amazed.
That is a crime.
Yeah.
Because it's such a
Well,
good
speaking
game.
of crime, it's Yakuza.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Japanese organized crime, not the mafia. They're called the Yakuza,
Yeah,
or Yakuza.
It's
it's
all
like depending
business.
on your accent. With Kiryu Kazuma, the
Protagonist.
long-running hero of the series, who's
And
like the
one-
doodliest of dudes.
The biggest badasses in gaming ever.
But he's also great because it's like, okay, so not only does he beat the crap out of people without killing them.
Somehow.
He doesn't kill
Somehow.
he doesn't kill them despite bloodying them up. He also runs an orphanage, looks after kids, and teaches them valuable lessons about life that they will carry forward, making them
Because
better
he's the
people.
greatest person.
He's just
he's basically Jesus.
He is. A Jesus that beats the crap out of people. But they learn lessons from... Oh, see there. Okay,
Yeah,
he's
so
he's
this
getting
is a
assaulted.
random encounter in the game when
Yeah.
you run around cities. These people will challenge you to fights for the dumbest reasons.
Yeah.
Like he's challenging me to a fight because I haven't bowed, and now he's gonna mess me up. But let's see how this goes for him.
That's what he liked to think. But, I mean, he's going up against, Kiryu, which never goes over well.
is this-
Okay, so just beat the crap out of this guy. You can do it.
And we're
And
just
there we
headbutting
go!
for no reason.
Headbutting content.
It's so dumb.
It doesn't matter. Just finish him off into the window. Screw
Yes,
us into
yes.
the window. I love this game.
This is the best. And even better, you can pick up a bicycle and beat someone to death with
it's
it.
like, there's just, it's like something incredibly, it's like over the top and hilarious about the action, and you're going for it again. I think what really hurts this game, but one of the things I love about it is that they didn't bother to dub it in English. It's the original Japanese voice acting with English subtitles, which, if you're doing a movie or if you're doing a game taking place in Japan, it's probably better if they stick to the original Japanese language, because they dubbed the original Yakuza 1 and Yakuza 2.
Oh, they did?
They did, and it's terrible.
Oh my
No, it's awful. The voice acting is...
I honestly, I haven't played them, but I've watched the recaps in this, which is one of the good things about the Yakuza series. They have full series recaps in each game, which means you're automatically caught up no matter what. But I honestly thought it was still the subtitles in the...
No, it wasn't. When they originally brought them over, they were dubbed badly,
There's
and
a thing in this tree.
that kind of like hurt.
I haven't noticed it before.
Hurt the immersiveness of the game. But it's like with Yakuza 3, they put it in the original Japanese language. The same with Yakuza 4, and the same with Yakuza Dead Souls. And
We don't talk about Dead Souls, really.
Japan is currently enjoying both Yakuza 5 and Yakuza Ishin, or whatever it is.
I think that's
PS4 game.
I think that's coming out later this year.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not out yet, but it's just the original feudal Japanese
Yeah,
one
right.
is
Yeah,
already
okay.
in it.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's like that's already out in Japan, but I don't know whether they're going to bring it over.
If anything, they'd bring Yakuza 5 and not the other ones. 'Cause-
They need to bring Yakuza 5 over, but so
Yeah.
far there have been no announcements
Yeah,
about
because
that,
you
which
get
makes
to
me extremely
you
sad.
get to punch bears in it.
Oh man, okay, it's the cross-dresser side quest.
Yeah.
This
So
is-
so another thing about the Yakuza series, randomly while walking around, you'll be dragged into these side quests.
yeah.
And you
Because-
can choose to either sub stories, they go on, like, if you don't want to do them, you just press like no, I don't want to do it, and like it ends right there. But if
Yeah,
you want
but
to,
I mean, it's like Kiryu is not the sort of guy to walk away from somebody in need.
Yeah.
Or at least he's not when I'm playing him. So I usually help out where I can.
So we're gonna break this guy's face because he's causing a ruckus, and he thinks that we're this
'Cause,
lovely
it's like,
woman's new
leave,
lover,
leave the cross-dresser alone. So yeah.
and he's of course the shady man.
Yeah.
So let's see how this goes for him.
I suspect it will go badly.
He's already dead.
And there, okay.
Yeah. Just oh my god, we turned him into the Joker.
That's hilarious.
It's so great because all the heat moves in this, which are like basically super moves you get from like beating the crap out of people and then bring them over to like a certain object, you pretty much kill them, but they're totally fine afterwards.
Yeah, because as with the Batman game, it's like these moves should probably be snapping.
even
necks,
more so in this when
breaking ribs, but yeah.
when you're taking a samurai sword and slicing someone up with it like 4 times, and they're like,
Yeah. And somehow it doesn't kill them.
Nope.
They always get up and say, like, I'm sorry, or I'll get you next time, and run away.
So yeah, this is a chase sequence. This sort of happens, but it's usually you doing chasing, and we have to outrun him. So we're just gonna do that.
Oh, right, because now the crossdresser wants to thank you.
Yeah,
so
she wants to give me.
So you're trying to avoid your reward.
Yeah, because Kiryu is that much of a hero. He doesn't need one.
Yeah.
Even when trying to.
I mean, I suppose from a political correctness point of view, there might be some people that would find this offensive. I guess the only reply to that is like, it's Japan. Japan will do what Japan will do, and this is one of those things. Run away from the crossdresser that's trying to give you a kiss. Have you done it yet? Actually, I think you've nearly done it.
No, they're meter down at the bottom of that pink one. It has to be completely at 0.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna keep
if she or he, I'm not sure what pronoun to use. I'm not exactly sure, so sorry if I'm wrong. But if they get up to you, they'll do this whole like little quick time event where you have to mash X, and that will bring down my little meter down there at the bottom.
Oh, there we go.
Away. And if that reaches 0, they caught me. Like they still, that's mainly used for like police chases if like you're running away from police.
But you've actually played far enough into Yakuza 3 that you got out of the starting town and you're back in Kamurocho, which is a thinly disguised version of the actual Akihabara district in Japan.
Yeah.
So it's like for those guys that aren't aware, if you play through this game, you will actually get some geographic familiarity with the actual Akihabara.
Yeah, I was actually pretty surprised at like how they recreated like actually like accurately a lot of the things in this game.
I mean, the other thing is that it's like this is just shameless Japanese advertising. I mean,
oh god,
so many of the brands that appear in here are not
especially
fictional.
if you go to like one of the alcohol bars, they'll be like, "This is the smooth, refreshing taste."
It's like real Japanese booze, real Japanese magazines, real Japanese ramen brands, real Japanese restaurant brands. Basically, if you play this game, you will get a crash course in contemporary Japanese culture.
All right, so I randomly got this email where it's like, "Hey, come be one of the first people to get this thing. This doesn't sound like a scam, so let's follow it." Yeah. And Kiryu's like, "Yeah, that sounds legit."
Yeah.
Even though
it's
this kind of thing goes on all the time.
It's not a scam at all.
No, so let's go get our free water purifier.
But the other thing that's really important to mention about this game, which you don't really see when you're running around doing stuff, is that it's got a compulsively watchable soap operatic plot.
Oh god, it's almost overly dramatic to the point of just where it's comical.
Yeah.
Where everybody's like, what? Like all the time. And everybody's constantly stabbing each other in the back, and everybody's one step ahead of each other.
And yet, at
nothing
the same
makes
time,
sense.
At the same time, when Kiryu steps in and shows what it is like to act with honor, loyalty, and friendship, everybody is like, I have learned my lesson from you. You are a better man than me.
And even more so, almost everything in this thing can be avoided if Kiryu just said like, "Yo, I'm this big huge badass guy that everybody knows," and like, "Oh, we'll probably stop now."
Yeah, but one of the most interesting and yet unexplained things about this game is that people actually learn moral lessons from getting beat up by Kiryu. It's like at first they're all corrupt and badass, and
it's pretty kind of slanted how they're like, oh, the Yakuzas are like these super honorable, super awesome people, and like everybody else is like super dumb.
Well, see, now here's the interesting thing: is that one journalist in Japan actually played this game with actual members of the Yakuza and asked them, "So, what's this game like?" And the responses were actually pretty interesting. It's like a lot of the Yakuza said that it's like they knew people back in the day who were a bit like Kiryu actually is, and they were saying it's like, yeah, actually there's some element of truth to the Yakuza that Kiryu personifies, but most people in the modern day Yakuza aren't like that anymore, and they lamented the loss of Sega romanticizing it's like the noble, respectable Yakuza of it's like earlier periods, which are it's like no longer represented in it's like
and then they were like, screw Sega because they took out the booby bar in the game. So this guy says, hey, this thing's worth $1 million, but you only have to pay 300,000 yen.
It's like, don't do
if you want to do it. So I'm gonna straight up refuse because this is totally a scam.
I mean, you can afford it, but don't pay it. Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's for parts. It's a super good deal. And it's like, no, it's not dumb. Can you
and
walk
there
out
we
of
go.
Do you want to walk out of here? You bet I can. You don't know who I am. So I try to leave.
And here we go. It's like, once again, it's like teaching them a lesson with fists. They never ever learn. Well, no, actually, that's not true. Eventually, they learn. Like some low-ranking Yakuza pick fights with Kiryu, but then other higher-ranking Yakuza go, "Do you know who that is?"
And then they pick fights with them.
Oh my god, yeah.
So these guys' biggest problem, they challenge me to a fight in a place where I can pick up like 50 things.
Yeah. So and there we go.
There's a heat move. That's straight up murder right there. But he'll be back up in the cutscene. It's. Alright, let's see what else.
It just makes me so sad that it didn't do better commercially, because there's so much to love about this. It's like, yeah, okay, it doesn't have, like, you know, the AAA production values of a Call of Duty or something like that, but it's got so much heart.
And it's so fun to play. I mean,
and there's just like a million bazillion things to do, despite the fact that it's not as big as a GTA game. You know, it's like it's just jam-packed in this small area with all kinds of side quests and, you know, like all kinds of, you know, collectibles, all kinds of mini missions and things like that. Yeah. So
I picked up earlier, like when we first started, I found a locker key, which is one of the main collectibles in the game. Like, you'll randomly find these sparkly objects on the ground, and sometimes up in higher places. You pick them up, and you take it to a locker, and you open it up, and you get a free item.
Yeah. And of course, there's like an arcade with some of the arcade games actually working, which is great.
I think in this one, it's only Box Elios and just the normal crane game.
Yeah.
So right now, we're going to do another thing that was for. Well, first I'm going to beat the hell out of this guy and show off one of my favorite heat moves because we're in this certain area.
Oh, okay.
So.
I've seen them all, so I'm not sure which move you're talking about in particular. Oh, you don't actually have your heat move meter built up just yet, so you're going to have to like thrash a few people.
It should be fine.
It's going up. There we go. You're in blue heat.
Yeah,
or were you waiting for red?
No, I can't grab this guy because he's one of the bigger guys. Okay. In the game, there are a bunch of like different kinds of enemies. Like the bigger guys you can't really throw because they'll just break out of it, but the smaller guys you can. I keep on missing my grab. Here we go.
The railing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no! Man. It wasn't the right railing.
Oh, okay.
But there's one where you literally just pick up a guy and you like make him land on his back like directly on the railing.
Oh, that okay.
Yes, because that's just straight up.
It's a brutal move.
Complete murder.
And he's dead.
Yeah. Even the way these guys fall
so
are
much to love
really
in this game.
So as this guy's giving us money, we're gonna take a break quickly. So
collect that money. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and we're back, and this guy's super sorry about challenging me to a fight because
you got his lunch money.
Yeah. So right now, another one of the things you can the heat moves we keep talking about.
Is this the kid that wants the toys?
Oh yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, this is exactly it. So in the game, you'll be getting these tips by this guy by the name of Mac, and he's like, "Oh, do this thing called the perfect shot. Where I'm looking for."
Oh yeah, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, do it.
So we're gonna watch this cutscene and let's see what we learn. So
yes, so it's like Kiryu actually learns new super moves by using his phone to take photos, analyzing the photos afterwards.
It's not even the best part. It's what happens afterwards.
Yeah.
After. So adult toys. This kid wants a toy. He doesn't realize it's adult toys, but his dad can't explain that to him because, you know.
I mean, who wouldn't want to play with a grown-up toy? But yeah, no, this is just bad.
And this kid's throwing a hissy fit.
He's throwing a tantrum, but you know, it's like that's important. That move right there. Oh, see, wow, Kiryu has just learned something new.
No, not yet. He's gotta analyze it first. No, we can't go in there. Okay, it's too dirty.
The important part is, like, here we go. The insight, the moment of insight.
He underestimated him because he's lying down. Inspiration.
There we go. Now he starts blogging on his phone. He's speed blogging on the phone.
It makes no sense.
And he's got it. He just learned a new
And what
move.
did he learn from just watching that one scene?
There we go. Kicking guys in the knees when you're down and then punching them in the face. And he got all that from watching a kid's temper tantrum in front of an adult store.
And here's his dumb little blog post about it. It's a revelation.
This is why this game is amazing.
It's even got his blood type in his blog. It's so dumb.
No, that's a Japanese thing. Blood type is very important.
The essence of reversing.
There we go.
Yeah, and there's one more I want to quickly get to because I have one last revelation I have. And it's also another really funny one. I mean, I wish I could have shown the one kind of earlier on when he first got into Kamurocho, where
The scooter?
the drunk,
Oh, no, not the scooter. Oh.
no, the drunk businessman doing the pole
Oh,
dancing.
that was hilarious. Yeah.
Like, that's just incredible. And this guy is going to challenge us to a fight.
Of course he is. Are there any rails around here where you can, doesn't look like it?
No, I think there's only a car.
You can't pick up the scooters yet, can you? Have you
No,
leveled yourself
I
up
think
enough
that's
for that?
only in the 4th game where it's one of the other main characters, Majima, because he's big and strong. That's one of his moves, where he can pick up motorcycles and stuff. And this guy's totally scared now because he saw me kick the shit out of his friend. And so let's just stomp on his face.
Oh.
Yeah!
Ow!
So good.
It's brutal.
But the even better because he just has like this total look of like, yeah, you knew what you're in for when you challenged me. This is what you get.
It's like you don't mess with Kiryu.
You don't mess.
Everybody does.
Because they're not.
At their peril.
Let's check my map real quickly. It's Namkaichi Street that I have to be on.
Oh, the sweet lounge.
Yeah. I wish they had the baby lounge in this one.
There's a baby lounge?
Well, wasn't there like that side quest where like here in like Yakuza 1 or 2 where like he goes up to this lounge and like some people invite him and then it's like where they're all dressed up like babies.
Oh man. Okay.
And then he's like, what the hell is this? I don't want to be part of this. Like, you think you're better than us? And then they get into a huge fight while everybody's dressed up like a baby.
I forgot all about that.
And this guy's going to challenge me because I accidentally bumped into him.
And here we go. Everybody just clears the street.
More broken. It's also super funny how like everybody just kind of runs away and then there's a whole bunch of people that are like, yeah, this is the coolest thing ever. See it trying to grab me. One of the big guys can't grab him because he's too big.
He's got a taser, doesn't he?
Oh god, I hate the tasers.
Yep, he's got a taser.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, they both do. 2 tasers in this fight.
Yeah, see, these are...
Just grab the bike and smack him around.
I didn't even notice that bike, so hopefully I can grab it before. Nope. This is why I really hate tasers.
You got tased again.
Yeah, don't tase me, bro. Is that still relevant?
I didn't know it ever was relevant. But then
well, it was for a while now. Oh, now that guy's just yucking it up.
You gotta grapple those dudes if you can and just take them out.
God, I'm doing a super poor job.
You've got no beat.
You can quickly change that with going into it quickly and buy items.
Oh, that's also true, yes.
And you can hold like
items!
A bunch of items. So you can bring up stuff that brings up your heat, bring up stamina, health.
I usually just save that for boss fights, but yeah.
Let's see what else I can. Can I take him to this pole? No, I can't. Whatever, I'll just pick up the bicycle.
And it's
down. Because bicycles break like that really easily. So let's quickly get to this last... Oh my god, look at his face.
Yep, he's a mess. And yet somehow they always live, despite these like lethal beatings that Kiryu inflicts on them.
It's even worse when one of the other protagonists from Yakuza 4, I think one of his heat moves is like he literally just shoots them.
Oh, is this the, this is the
ninja
towelette?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just normal businesswoman handing out napkins.
Yep. Which is a marketing tactic in Japan. This happens a lot.
Yeah, in Yakuza 4, you can actually be handed them by just random people by, and like they'll just randomly give them to you. You can't say no to them, and they'll just take up spaces in your inventory. Like his face knows. It's just so dumb, but it's awesome.
Yep, she's a ninja.
Secret of dealing crowds.
And there we go. Inspiration.
So, like, this never gets old. And even in Yakuza 4, it's even better because one of the protagonists, he doesn't have a cell phone. He has like a block of wood that he just quickly carves out the whole scene.
This totally makes me want to blog. It's like if I too could learn killer martial arts moves just by watching people vlogging about it. And this is like one of the best moves in the game. I hear it all the time. I love this move.
It's just good for cloud clearing.
Yeah.
So hey, this is this cool thing I saw again. This was way better. This way more amazing than seeing any crappy CG effects. The essence of terror.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense. So anything else you can think about showing off right now? Is showing off.
I mean, I don't know. There's so much. You can go to the arcade. Yeah. You can play golf. You can go fishing. You can go to the batting cage and
you can gamble with hobos.
You can gamble with hobos. That's right. And you can just get into random fights on the street.
One, shut up, give me your wallet. Two, get your ass kicked and have your wallet stolen.
Yeah.
One's
you can,
okay
you can eat food. I mean, you can help out people who are trying to figure out their restaurant business. There's just so much to do in this game.
Yeah, I took a random side quest last night, or it just happened, and the game pretty much just turned into Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
How it's like they bring up the whole little diagram. It's like, oh, investigate this murder because reasons.
Well, it's Kiryu. He's just helping people out because apparently that's what the Yakuza do.
Former Yakuza. Yeah. And then there's the whole side quest where there's a bunch of Yakuza guys that you don't want to be in the business anymore.
Oh, that's right.
These hitmen are after them, so you just have to face these really hard enemies.
That's actually a pretty elaborate, side quest. So, wow, that was astonishingly brief.
Well, yeah, these guys are total chumps.
Yeah.
They're no Majima, who is one of the best characters in the entire series.
That's like the dude with the crazy snakeskin jacket. Oh,
yeah,
everybody loves him. And the eye patch. Yeah, it's
I think that's one of the reasons to actually play Dead Souls, because that's the only way you can see. So, we talked about before, the blatant advertising.
Yep.
So, guess who made this game?
Yeah. I wonder.
It was obviously Square Enix. So let's quickly go to the arcade. So unfortunately, all you can play is this really dumb crane game. But
there's also Boxelius.
Yeah, Boxelius, which is really cool. Can't play Virtua Fighter 5, but you can pick up this locker key. So there's a pro tip.
You can't play the trivia game either.
That's a trivia game?
There is a trivia game. It's just they took it out of the North American version.
Because you had to learn about Japanese history.
You had to know a lot about Japanese culture, and it was just sort of unfair to expect all of these Westerners to know all this stuff, which you'd have to grow up in Japan.
Look at these Western casuals. Yeah. They don't even know about our history. Yeah. And there's Sonic in his best appearance in 10 years.
Hooray!
And this is Boxelius, a really cool arcade shooter. So let's quickly play that. Quickly shop because
I actually took the time to get the platinum trophy for this game.
Really?
I did everything.
So this game, you have 30 seconds to get as far as you can, and time doesn't start until 2 seconds in, and enemies die in one hit when you hit their weak point.
Yep.
It's a really surprisingly fun game in this already really cool game.
Yeah.
I would totally buy this if this came out in the Xbox Live Arcade or something. If this was a full game release.
Yeah, it's actually quite impressive how well thought out this little arcade game is that some people might never ever play if they don't step into the virtual arcade of the game to try it out.
There's
so,
also
wow, you're actually doing quite well. You keep hitting the weak points most of the time.
I'm still at 29 seconds.
Are you actually trying to go for high score right now?
Oh no, I'm just showing this off right now. Okay. So yeah, this is pretty much it. You go back down and trying to hit the enemy's weak point. Sometimes it gets harder as time goes on, and you only have 30 seconds to do it. You can't be just killed because you're an invincible ship. I had no idea you can move back and forth in this. I thought it was only up and down.
Nope, you can move back and forth.
Well, geez. So I'm just gonna quickly let this run out.
That's the secret. So.
Yeah. So I think I got to level 30 the first time I played this. Wow, you can go all the way around. Where am I even facing?
And you're out.
Yeah.
And that's a surprisingly playable arcade game in the virtual arcade of Yakuza 3. There's just so much in this game, just a gigantic amount of content at the expense of not having voiceovers for every single thing.
Which I'd say is completely I'd rather have that. just having these dumb little things that make the world feel a lot more.
But
like,
I know some people complained about the fact that it wasn't fully voiced throughout, and I'm like,
I'd rather
doesn't have that kind of budget, and you know, like look at the amount of content in this.
I would
game.
rather
I'm
have
okay with
dubs
that.
and like,
Yeah.
I mean, subs than like just not really good dubs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that guy wants to challenge us, and we got to be. This is pretty much Yakuza.
It's a small sampling.
It's small sampling. There's a
Stuff you can
lot
do,
we
I mean.
just really couldn't show because there's so much. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's
this
like
is-
the main story where they get into the gorgeous cutscenes with like the really well acted cutscenes with some amazing facial animation.
Yeah,
and those
it's-
things are like very well performed. But like that's the game, and we've also got we've got a new issue.
I did not know this.
There is a new issue of the magazine, which is out. It's like this is a physical issue. So
You guys know we work at a magazine because we
you
do.
can find it in stores. There's also a digital version, so you can go online at it's like one of your favorite online destinations and pick that up. So it's like if you like reading, and who doesn't, then it's like pick this up and read more.
And also, if you like reading, pick up Yakuza because there's a lot of it.
There's a lot of reading in that as well, and it's in English, not Japanese.
And it's really good, so pick it up, and it's
Yeah.
usually super cheap. when
Okay,
you find a copy.
So from CGM, this is us. You are you, and see you later.